All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Link to the Past Randomizer 2023 main tournament here on SpeedGaming. We're in the first round of the bracket stage, and we're here with game number 2 between ObscureLifeForm and HayfieldBay. HayfieldBay took game number 1 in this series, so this is a do-or-die match for our 2022 main tournament champion, Obscure. Today's mode is Ambrosia, which we'll get into shortly. I'm KeebsGaming, joined by CS Tutor 89 on comms and Kiff on tracking. Tutor, how's it going today?
Good. How's it going for you today?
Oh, fantastic. Tell us a little bit about Ambrosia.
Sure. Ambrosia is a mode where we have a starting world state of inverted, which means that Link's house will be at Bomb Shop today, and Bomb Shop will be at Link's house, and Dark Sanctuary starts us at Lower Dark World. We also have Assured Sword, where everyone's guaranteed 1 sword at the beginning, and 3 swords are in the pool, randomized somewhere in the game. We also have Big Key Shuffle in this mode, where big keys are shuffled. All the big keys are shuffled, except for the GT Big Key, which is guaranteed to be in GT. And finally, there is a guaranteed item on every single boss, just like the mode Ambrosia, where there will not be a map, compass, small key, or big key on any of the bosses in the game. And I think that's pretty much it for this mode.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. We are seeing 2 different openings here. Hayfield started at the chapel and is farming bombs at Skull Woods, where Obscure was trying to get the tree poles for an early hype cave play, but only got small magics, so is now taking the same route as Hayfield. I have to say the starting sword is probably the saving grace of this mode, because Dark World enemies on 3 hearts are, 1 or 2 shots. So having the sword defend off some of these early enemies is super important. We did see a flute there in Skull Woods, but that is not going to be helpful right now because we can't activate it. Even though we can only use the flute in the Dark World, we have to activate it in the Light World.
Yeah, it just looks like just 1 item in Skull Woods so far. Though nobody's done the big key chest, so there possibly could be a second one in this dungeon. Yeah, like the Assured Sword, I think is nice to have to kill all the enemies as well. But there is also that slight problem with Aga becomes a little bit more accessible, meaning that we're gonna possibly see Aga today, as in quite a lot of Ambrosia seeds we get that.
Yeah, absolutely. The requirements there are a lot lower. We see Hammer in Hype Cave, so that's very nice. But where are we going to take that? Are we going to take that up to Pod, or are we going to do something else?
Looks like Hayfield's going to go to Stumpy and Jigging Gamer now. And Obscure looks like he's going to try to do the big key chest, which is it's pretty much the way that I would do it. And just a small key, unfortunately.
Yeah, so that means either both of our remaining Skullwoods items are in the back, or we're going to need that big key to get whatever's in the big chest. Should say that Hayfield also got a 300 rupees out of Hype Cave, which is important early in Inverted because we do want money. Typically you see Archery Game, but we're going to dodge Archery Game today because of that 300.
Oh look, the Merle.
Oh man, a friendly Moon Pearl.
I'm not sure. This seed might actually be one of those non-aga seeds, really.
Yeah, well, Obscure just pulled Glove out of Sea House, so
yeah,
that is everything we need for Light World access at this point.
Looks like Hayfield is going to join Obscure in the village, and he'll get his Dark World access in probably about a minute or so.
This is kind of where that money is going to come in handy for Hayfield, because Obscure, well, now can do Chess Game, but couldn't do Chess Game before coming into Thieves.
Interesting that nobody has done a map check yet to see the 7 dungeons in the Dark World. But it looks like Thieves Town is a pendant today.
Yeah, well, we won't know whether it's a green pendant or one of the kind of other non-important pendants until we get that map check. We don't have that ability to see whether it's a red crystal if it's a crystal dungeon, or a green pendant for the pendants. Maybe in a future update we could get something like that. That'd be really cool.
Yes. Looks like nothing in Thieves Town today. I think there was only 1 item? No, maybe 2 items in this dungeon. Well, that 100 was very nice to get.
Yeah. Hayfield only got a single arrow in the like random chest, so. All right, well, here's the fun part. Fun was in air quotes there, of Inversia. With Light World access, we have a ton of things that we can do now. And the question always is, where do you start? What do you do? Actually, it looks like Hayfield is going to buy some bombs first. Good call. But Tudor, where do you like to start when you get Light World access with Glove and Hammer and Inverted?
Honestly, it depends on, I guess, where I am at the moment. If I was coming in like Hayfield did with the Glove, I'd probably start from CAC there, just because it's easier to walk to CAC from that point. If I'm in a dungeon like for Pod or something like that, I usually try to start at Hype and do high roll at that time. Just get high roll out of the way like really quick, because it's quite an easy dungeon to do super early on in the game, and then kind of work my way around the map in a clockwise fashion, going from Hyrule Castle to the forest to the CAC, and then down to where Zora is. That's usually my route for this mode. It looks like Hayfield's going to do South Shore first before anything else.
Yeah, and Obscure has bombs, but did not do Hype Cave. Decided to walk over and go up the mountain, save the old man, get some information. This is relatively time neutral unless we get like an early mirror to kind of avoid some of the old man walking all the way up Dark Death Mountain and back down. So an interesting choice there. We'll see what comes out of this, but so far not too much.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised actually he went up the mountain first before even finishing Hype. It's just because we don't logically have the ability we don't have the logic for this mountain yet. And so this is an interesting choice, I guess. He's gonna blind pull this spec cave item. And there was also a potion inside the top side of spec rock. Not much of anything, unfortunately, and not much of anything in Mini Molder Cave, just a bottle.
Yeah, preloaded with a fairy too. You know, Inverted's usually a difficult early game because of Dark Worlds, and you're usually like 3-heart green mail trying to dodge stuff. But now that we're in the light world and we got a lot of items coming up, that fairy's going to be not quite as useful, and hopefully doesn't get in the way of Death Warping later.
Interesting choice from Hayfield. I'm surprised he actually didn't go and do Ice Rod Cave then. He just kind of did the Whirlpool and took it over here.
Yeah, Ice Rod Cave is one of those. It's like I don't know if it's the worst location in Inverted, but I feel like it might be because you have to walk all the way over or swim, because you can't flute to 8 and just like get to the Ice Rod Cave a little faster. You do get a book in Graveyard Ledge, so that's a potentially required. I'm not sure if we saw the desert. I think Obscure did a quick map check, but I wasn't sure if we saw what desert was. But the book is the only way to get into desert Inverted, so could be very required.
Yeah, he did do a map check. So today we have Bad Pendant Eastern, Red Crystal Desert, and a Blue Crystal Hera. So we will need that book to get into Desert today. And we'll also need the big key as well to clear Lambo.
Right, with the lamp pickup there in the back of Escape, we might be able to see Desert Palace pretty early if we get the big key. Alright, Obscure has picked up the Moon Pearl, finally has all the pieces for Light World access. We will see how they want to route this. Based on starting at the chapel, I assume we're gonna just get the CAC portal here. A little bit longer to get to, so interesting choice. I usually see, if you have to save and quit to get to Light World, that we're just gonna do the South Link's house portal. And the good news on Hayfield's side there, we definitely do not have to do Aga Tower today.
So far, not much of anything in the Light World. Just that book and a single lamp. Not even a big key at all. Hayfield's gonna get a check at Ped, so... And it's nothing today. Okay. So really, well, every boss on this mode has something, so that potentially, even if there's nothing for all the pendants together, there still could be something on the boss themselves. And of course, we have our green pendant, which, if we turn it in, Saha does have an extra item for that boss particularly. So it could be Thieves Town today, but I still don't think anybody's done that extra Dark World check yet. So I'm a little bit surprised by.
Right, we have not seen that map check. Personally, I'm a fan of just like not doing a map check until it matters. We have so much to clear out. You're gonna do it anyway. You know, maybe you get a couple big keys and then you'll check. But I do know that a lot of people will check first thing. Obscure also going to grab that book, and we'll finish into Back of Escape. Get a nice Master Sword and a ton of money, along with Quake. Still not a ton in terms of like, you know, pointed progression. This might end up being a seed here where we're gonna have to double dip a lot of dungeons if we're not gonna get a couple big keys here shortly.
Yeah, just not very much of anything really. The only new thing that has really opened up for them since they got to the light world is that Bombos tablet, because of the extra swords, and now they have the book, and actually Desert Palace. I forgot about Desert Palace, but yes, that's also an option for them now. Oh, boots. Wow, okay, here we go. Some more stuff, like the mirror and the boots.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's not another bottle in Kakariko. So that means Obscure is not getting that mirror. And we'll have to come back at some point for the Sick Kid tournament. I wonder if Hayfield's going to end up showing us some Smith turning. Looks like it. Well, that was a fun little moment for Hayfield. Apparently forgot if they had done back a tavern. So you definitely go double check if you're not sure, because the last thing you want to do is have that hanging over your head if you're not sure if you got the item.
Oh wow, bow. Nice. Which means that Obscure's not going to be able to get that, unfortunately, on this trip, at least.
Yeah, that bottle is the key to quite a bit right now. So unless there's another kind of early sphere bow, that might be a tough thing to come back for.
Wow, the fire rod! Oh my goodness, this bottle is like huge on the scene.
And the only other bottle we saw is mirror locked. So, oh, I'm sorry, it's not mirror locked. I know how inverted works. It's fine.
Shot locked. Hook shot.
Hook shot and hammer lock. There you go.
Yeah, so that's that was in Mini Molnar Cave, I think, right? The bottle.
It sure was, yeah. So Hayfield getting rewarded with doing South Shore first. This is like super convenient because Hayfield's turning in this purple chest. We got a second sword. We have the book. We get to do Bombo's tablet. One of the cool things for Inverted to be able to get to some of those spots that are normally mirror checks, there are just stairs or bridges, or they've changed the terrain to allow access, as we see here.
And there's our first big key. It's for Ice Palace.
Man, I was really hoping that was desert.
Yeah, that would be really convenient if that was it, but no, this game. A mess at times.
Though I don't think anybody's ever upset about Ice Palace Big Key early, because that's one of those, like, you kind of want to not leave the big chest behind in Ice Palace if you can help it.
Looks like Obscure's gonna get that Ice Palace big key now. What else is here? Nothing. So far, nothing else in the desert area. And it looks like Hayfield's gonna go in.
Yeah, it makes a ton of sense, especially with boots. That whatever item was on the torch is accessible, and if we didn't have big key or boots, like, I could see maybe skipping it, but there are going to still be two items here in the front, with the third one is the big key replacement on the boss. So we see one item there, which means that our small key is in the big chest.
Correct, yeah. So our second item is actually on the right side of desert. And the third item is on the boss. It looks like Quake for Meyer. Okay.
The bottle strikes again. I guess
Yeah.
no, we have a flute. Never mind, we can get that.
Yeah, Obscure, all he has to do is just get back to the Dark World and then flute over there, and he'll be able to get that really quick.
Though, ironically enough, I mentioned a little time save on the mountain if we got mirror, and Hayfield's going to end up showing that off. I saw red crystal pod. I missed some of what the map was.
Okay, yeah, red crystal pod, bad pendant Thieves, and green pendant TR. Looks like today.
Yeah, the first bottle that we've seen was in Mini Moldorm. The second bottle that we yeah. Oh, hey, look, the fairy came in handy.
Yeah.
The other bottle that we've seen is actually accessible now, because with the mitts and hammer, we can get that bottle that was on Spec Rock.
Yeah, and actually it'll be a lot easier for Obscure to go back now to CAC on this seed, because of the mitts will allow him to go back over there. Oh no.
Those Lionels are not playing nice today.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, thanks game for that blue mail after the fact of all that Lionels. and it looks like Ether for TR. So definitely they have the way open to Mire, but they don't have the accessibility for the front of TR right now. But inverted, the mirror allows us to go into TR a lot easier through the east or the west or the backside of the boss side, the laser bridge. And it looks like that's what Hayfield's going to do right now.
Yeah, these checks are pretty quick. You get flippers. That's nice. Those flippers do open up, I hate to say this, the front of Swamp.
Yeah, it doesn't look very nice on the sea with the dungeons. I mean, we have pretty much every single dungeon open to us, but nothing other than Ice Palace is really, like, clearable at this point.
I have an important question for you, Tutor.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that fish can fly?
I did not know that.
Obscure showing off some hovering here.
Yeah, nice. I've known Obscure for a long time. I've seen him do this many times before. Anybody who can pull this off is really good. Oh, look, another big key for Thieves Town. Oh, okay.
Yeah, not really the one we wanted to find. Oh, well,
another
one we didn't want to find.
Okay, something we do need, the Harambay key.
Yeah, that one's super convenient too, because we're just now gonna go do Hera, I guess. I mean, you'd rather have hookshot, but it's in logic.
It looks like that was the Swamp Big Key, or the first Big Key that I missed. And that was... How many Big Keys were in there? Like 4?
Yeah, it was quite a number of big keys. I don't know that I've ever seen that many all in one spot.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that. I don't usually see too many in that cave either. Oh look, another big key.
Well, that one can't be for Hera. Ooh,
oh, there's our desert palace. Okay, nice. So that one, Hayfield and Obscure are going to be able to clear that quick.
Yeah, that gives us a nice two fully completable crystal dungeons. Though we might not go back to desert for quite some time for just those 2 items since we're already over there. So we'll see if that plays into the routing at all. We're probably going to wait until we can do Mire, right? Until we go back to be able to go before we go back to desert.
Yeah, probably. And because Hayfield found 2 in the front, he can skip pretty much everything else in this dungeon. It's all just the map and the compass, because the last item has to be on the boss itself.
Yeah, and it's this kind of layout where you really wish you had hookshot, because you just Herapod up to the 5th floor and don't have to drop down or do anything. But it's a short dungeon anyway.
Yeah, it looks like actually we're at 30 minutes in, and we don't really need that much more actually on this seed. The only things we need the Pond Big Key to kill Helma, we need the Meyer Big Key to kill Fiddy, we need the Hookshot to go and do Swamp, and then we need Samaria to get to Fiddy specifically. So it's looking pretty good for this seed.
Yeah, that's you know, a good thing, and might be weighing on their minds a little bit, especially Hayfield, because Hayfield has so many more items right the second than Obscure, just due to that mirror on sick kid. But you know, when do you start skipping some checks? You know, as you get closer and closer to go mode. Speaking of unnecessary hovers.
Yeah. just do the bomb jump. It's so much faster. Like,
I mean, I approve. As someone who likes to just randomly hover stuff, I do approve.
there you go. You got it. Obscure getting the Desert Big Key. Now that bonk I do approve of NTR.
Yeah, for sure. It's the cross key special, right?
Yeah. Especially if you want to go to west side really quick from the east side, that's a really fast way to get there without having to deal with all the pokies. Oh.
Oh no.
Obscure, no.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, it broke. It broke. He realized it. Yeah, we have all the items. We just need to go to the boss and kill Molnar right now. And there we go, nice fight from Obscure on Troll and we're tied up 1-1 right now. So 2 more items are stuck behind the cane in TR. And the 3rd item is on the boss, so we're down to 3 in that dungeon, plus the green pendant. And it looks like Hayfield, I guess, is probably doing desert, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it makes sense. It's you know, completable. I was just a little surprised that this would be the next stop, but finish what you can when you can, right?
Yeah, I don't mind this play just because we have to do it, and it's a red crystal. Speaking of interesting plays, Obscure's gonna go into Thieves Town now. Thieves Town, I believe, has 3 items left. One of them is guaranteed to be on blind. So that's an interesting choice over, like, the front of Hyrule or Skullwoods or even Ice Palace. Ice Palace is like clearable too.
Yeah, I just think maybe like from Obscure's perspective, that they need so many more items. They really don't have that much. That this is kind of a play that they're thinking maybe Hayfield's not going to do. Maybe trying to sneak an advantage in there.
There's Arcane. Nice.
Sometimes the game does tell you where to go. It says, here, have the big key for desert. And sure enough, something's in desert.
And that also opens up 2 more things out of TR. The only thing that is not in logic for TR right at this point is Trinex. Because of the Ice Rod.
So if we were to guess, Hayfield's next stop here, do you think with the Cane pickup, we're going to go to Ice? Or do you think we're going to see a mirror and just front of Meyer, hoping for the big key?
I would go Ice, honestly. Would Hayfield probably... Hayfield looks like he's doing all the crystal stuff first on this Z, which I'm absolutely fine with in this case, just because, like, it seems like it's going well and when you're going down that direction, so you might as well just continue until it says otherwise.
Yeah, and Hayfield is also up 1 game in this series, right? So doesn't have to play quite as aggressively. Can just kind of have a little bit more normal routing. Again, air quotes there. Full clear a little bit more, and just kind of hope for the best.
And it doesn't look like there was anything in Thieves in the backside.
Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. Though with Obscure being here in Village, has a good opportunity to run up to that portal and come back and check Sick Kid, get the mirror. Hopefully we'll stick around to do the mirror checks to get continually paid out from the mirror. It looks like we're getting exactly that.
Where is he going? Oh, looks like maybe a blue potion? Oh, that's one of the nice things about actually Inverted. That shop there would normally be a red potion in regular open, is now a blue potion. So you can grab one really quick if you need to, just before Ice Palace, if you really want one. You can do that really quick. And to be honest with you, there hasn't been very many hearts at all. I don't think they haven't skipped very much stuff when it comes to like pieces of heart or heart containers. We're at almost 40 minutes and we only have 5 hearts.
Yeah, I think that's why the game gave us a blue mail, right? It's like, I'm not gonna give you any hearts, so here's the blue mail.
Yeah, that's pretty tough in this dungeon with Ice.
Yeah, at least we have Master Sword. Like some positive, right? We're not doing like Fighter Sword 5 hearts.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse than this, for sure. And Obscure's gonna go grab the mirror and the bow and the fire rod. And then we'll see what he does after this.
I guess Obscure is intentionally saying no to purple chest after having picked it up in favor of going to Skull Woods.
Yeah, looks like he's going to go to Skull Woods, you know. Hey, heart. They do exist on this seed.
Yeah, it's a good thing we got that Ice Palace big key.
And here we go, 6-heart cold stare fight. Oh dear, okay. Hopefully this goes well.
Yeah, using that green potion kind of to break the shell gave extra shots with Fire Rod for the puffs.
There we go, nice.
We're also treated the 5-heart moth from Obscure.
Which he gets that done really nicely. Yeah, so we're back to 2 and 2. Oh, 3. Oh, sorry, 3 and 2 now. 2 and 3 at this point. And now, where do we go from here? And there was just a Bombos on Ice Palace, and that does not open up anything on this seed.
Yeah, it's just sad.
The best medallion.
It's sad to
right?
find where we did go.
And it looks like Obscure found the third item out of Skullwoods, so that's good. So that means our big key is going to unlock the small key to get to. I think it might be a small key or a compass. I'm not sure exactly, but it's practically nothing in the big chest. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they decide to choose at this point. And Obscure's gonna go finish off that dungeon, desert.
This could prove interesting for Obscure because Obscure has not done Laser Bridge to get flippers. But we'll have Kane now out of desert, so it might prompt going back to Turtle Rock. And if there's something, because I think there were 2 items remaining in those front 3 chests, right? If there's something there, HayfieldBay is not going back there anytime soon.
Yes, yeah, there's 2 items in the front, behind the cane. Yeah, I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that. He might decide to do that. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say that Obscure did not pick up the key. Hopefully goes back in, or remembers that there was only 1 item found.
Yeah, nothing between the fishes either. At this point, we got kind of some ugly checks now. So we have the 2 that's in TR, we've got the 2 bonk checks that are north light world. We've got the front of Hyrule left. Nobody's seen Pyramid actually yet, so that's an option. We got Saha Eastern, Pod, the front of Swamp, and the front of Mire as the option. Some really ugly checks at this point.
Yeah, I think, density-wise, we're most likely going to see Pod, a mirror to Saha on the way. Because there's a lot of items in Pod, and you only need the big key for 2 of them. So, I might be surprised, though. Obscure, bud.
Uh-oh.
No, fish brain.
How do we get in there?
Obscure's probably thinking, man, I wish I could just clip over to right side.
Yeah, he forgot to pick up the small key out of the big chest. Yeah, he's gonna go do that right now, though.
Yeah, making the wise decision to actually do it. I think, if you forget, there's some part of you that just says, forget this, and just save it quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very easy to forget something on this thing. I've done it a couple times before. Like, yeah, I have the small key, right? I think I do. I don't have the small key.
Yeah, if only there was like an on-screen counter or something that showed you how many keys you had.
Alright, he's picked up the cane. He might... Let's see what he does next. And there we go, nice fight from Hayfield. He's got that done, we're down, he's up to 4 now, I think. Yeah, 4. And Obscure's gonna do the same thing as Hayfield, grab a blue before you go into ice, which I think is a good strategy, just because Colster can be really nasty at times.
I think this is an interesting play. I mean, it's still out of logic for Obscure to do, so might just be thinking, well, flippers are probably in TR, so and would be right. Or Pod, right? One of those.
Yeah. And it looks like Hayfield's gonna do some bonk checks. And this is the first time we've seen any of these 2 checks. And so far, nothing. Actually, I think for this race itself, I think these next couple of minutes are probably going to be the decision. They're going to part of the decision of who's going to win this race, I think, because we're looking for basically 3 things: the Pod big key, the Mire big key, and the hook shot. And we have a lot of choices here that are not necessarily the best. And if for some reason they pick the correct thing first, it might just steer them correctly into everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though Hayfield kind of had an early advantage, it was by no means over. It still is, fairly even, depending on where we find some of that extra stuff that we need. Just red mail from the uncle today. Probably should have been wearing that so that you didn't, die in the first room of the game.
Another big key for a pendant dungeon. Great, thanks, game. All the vengeance.
Yeah.
What if hookshot is vanilla? Then we start crying right now.
Yeah, we joke about last locations, but well, that might not be last location, but feels like it would be.
Yeah, nobody really wants hookshot to be vanilla or French vanilla or remotely anywhere close to Swamp or in Swamp Palace at this point. Like so, but it looks like Hayfield's gonna do the front of high roll right now.
We kind of missed our opportunity to do Swamp already because we turn in Purple Chest and walk by Bombo's tablet and like all that kind of stuff. And if you're ever gonna do Swamp front, you do it when you're already down there, and I think we've missed that.
Oh, lovely, a shovel. Like, yeah, Hayfield looks like he's ahead by probably about a Thief's Stone clear, I think, at this point, because it's really the only difference between the two racers right now. But if Obscure picks the correct location, it completely can just swing in the other direction again. Like, do we see the map to high roll yet?
I believe it was not in the back three of Escape, so I don't remember what was in Sack Chest though.
Yeah, I think the map chest is in Dark Cross. That's good. We get to skip that garbage check because nobody likes to just go to that one place for one thing. What are you doing right now, Hayfield? Is he gonna do Swamp?
This is a choice.
This is definitely interesting. I mean, I'm not sure if I love this choice like super early, especially since we have other crystals also to clear too.
You were talking about make or break decisions here, that we would see something that would turn the tide of the seed, and this is either going to work out very well for Hayfield, or we're just going to lose quite a bit of time if nothing's here.
Yeah, I think if this doesn't work out, this could be like Obscure's way to get back into the race right here.
Also, Obscure going back to TR, will be able to get the front chests of TR, so that again could also be a big win here. A nice tempered sword there in Swamp, though.
I do not like the Sword and Swamp thing. Like, yeah, there you go. For all the people who love Sword and Swamp, there you go. I do not approve of that.
I always thought it was Mitts and Swamp, so.
Oh, yeah, that's the other option, right? But yeah, it looks like Obscure's gonna get those flippers right now, and then also be able to check what's at the top of TR. If something's up there, could be really great for him. Oh no, actually, he has the big key. I was gonna say if he doesn't have the big key, you should use Samara to go up TR that way. But since he has the big key, he can skip that if he really wants to do it that way. I think time-wise, it's probably faster to just go through that. But I guess he's probably thinking he wants to do the big chest at the same time. So he can. This is fine too as well.
Yeah, I think if you walk backwards, then you probably continue to walk backwards and abandon the big chest. But, just a key.
So far, we've had 2 items in this dungeon and a compass for Swamp. Hopefully the left side pays off for Hayfield.
Yeah, this is a huge time commitment without hookshot as well. At least we have boots. Could be slower.
And just a boomerang. And unfortunately, there was nothing in this dungeon. So that's... I think we have a race now. Right now.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's partially going to still come down to what's here in the front of CR. You get to check the shovel for $50. Technically a payout, but in the wrong direction.
Stackerico, everything was there.
Behind,
it was like
behind the bottle.
behind the bottle for some reason. Bottle had the mirror. Mirror allowed you to go do smiths to get bow. Fire rod was in hammer pegs. And the mitts were in Mire Shed. Flippers were in TR. Flippers were in TR. Cane was in Right Side Desert. Boots were also in CAC. Hayfield looks like he's gonna go do thieves right now. So this is time that Obscure is gonna get back for doing that super early.
Yeah, a bit interesting that we're still hard dodging pod with all the density, especially with mirror. We could just, we got Saha checks along the way.
Oh,
Ooh.
There we go. There we go. Meyer Mickey. Okay.
And the sword advantage. The sword advantage nullified. So that's huge for Obscure. I think the momentum kind of shifts a little bit. Back to neutral at least, or in Obscure's favor.
Yeah, that's pretty big. I think maybe he's getting a potion for Meyer, I think.
Yeah, still only on 6 hearts. Hayfield at least found a couple more.
Yeah, you gotta be really careful with that. Sometimes, though, I see this a lot sometimes with TR, if the medallion is wrong, sometimes that front is kind of a little bit more scary, and I think needs to be looked at a little bit closer if that ends up happening. So today it was Ether, and we haven't seen Ether at all on either side. So sometimes it makes it a lot more interesting to check that check other than some other things possible. But right now, other than the Meyer Bicky, I mean, Obscure's going to be able to do Meyer really quick. And then we're back to like, well, where's the pod Bicky and where's the hook shot at this point? Which, as long as Obscure doesn't go into Swamp, then he should be okay.
Yeah, the only way he's going into Swamp is if we get hookshot and only hookshot, but I probably still dodges left side.
And this Meyer is actually big key locked. And unfortunately, nothing in Thieves Town was a complete dud on this scene. There was nothing in the front and nothing in the back. All right, let's just. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and the big key was kind of like perfectly positioned in the route to make you think that you might need to go back.
Yeah. I hope Obscure skips the big chest because there isn't like one of the small keys has to be there for logic purposes. Like. And there's our second item, so we can just go straight to Viddy at this point.
HayfieldBay making another interesting choice here. In Eastern Bounce. We did get the big key, but it is a pendant.
Oh, there's our hook shot. Okay.
Well,
so we are almost in no mode. We just need to find the. We just need to know where the pod big key is at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say the tables turned a little bit more back toward HayfieldBay because that hook shot's not in a great spot.
Oh, lovely, a mushroom. Like, okay, great. Thanks, game. And Viddy's just got some love. Okay. Well, that's crystal number 5? Yeah, crystal number 5. For Obscure.
Yeah, so I think Obscure's kind of forced into Pod Eastern at this point.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna go that way.
Had a couple other little options, but nothing quite as inviting.
And more love from Armos.
Oh look,
There's the pod big key. Oh, you know what? Actually,
This is I think
That's-
bad for Obscure now.
is it?
Is Obscure actually going to do Eastern now first? Or Hayfield got Eastern to get the hook shot and is now in go mode.
Oh no!
Oh no! Needs Meyer Big. My bad.
He still needs to go back to Turtle Rock. So it's whoever go. I mean, if I would think Obscure would be able to go to like Eastern after this, because he's pretty much shown that he's willing to go independence.
Yeah, I was thinking that Hayfield would not full clear pod here. So yeah, it's maybe back to even.
Simultaneous Kiki. Wow, like they're basically in the same. They're in the same location at the same time. Whoops. Where was Meyerbig? Meyerbig is in TR Roller Room on the left side, along with the fourth sword.
Yeah, and Hayfield basically needs to go there immediately after this, for the race to stay even.
Yeah, actually, this might actually be a close one, actually, because I think both of them are gonna full clear this dungeon, which they're not gonna, which is sad, because there's nothing in here. Maybe they might find half magic, but there's probably nothing in this dungeon. And then it's gonna be whoever goes to their pendant dungeon first is gonna win this race, basically. Or it could actually both of them could end up doing that same thing, but Hayfield actually has to go all the way around because we do not have Ether on the seed.
Right, and well, that's what I was gonna say. Is if Ether is here, it might be this big like a red flag for Hayfield to you need to rush TR and not do any sort of other check that you might have. But Hayfield does have back of swamp to finish.
Yeah, that actually might be a problem too, because if he decides to go there first, actually he won't be clearing that much extra stuff though, so it'll only be just the backside and then that'll be it.
Yes,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, with those things in mind, I think Obscure does have a little bit of a lead, because Obscure's not going to probably check things in Swamp when they go there, so we're going to get some of that time back.
Is it Oops All Dungeons? Pretty close to that. We had to dive TR for Flippers and the Meyerbig key, and then we had to dive Eastern for the hookshot. The only dungeon we could have theoretically skipped is Thieves' Tome. No, there was absolutely nothing in that dungeon at all.
And all things considered, still very, very quick seed. And we're only at 108, and we're already talking about like the very end of the game and needing one more item. So I think this is, no matter what, going to be a very, very quick seed here. If you didn't know, Helmasaur King is allergic to silver, so if you just bob him in the head with a silver arrow, he dies instantly.
That's crystal number 5 for Hayfield, and crystal number 6 for Obscure. Oh, wonderful game. Now Mothula's in logic.
Great, thanks. Hey, at least there's not an item in the big chest. That is not hanging over anyone's head.
Yeah, there's an item in that chest. There's quite a lot of small keys in this front. Like, is this average? No, I would say not. Like, this is, oh my goodness, okay.
Oh man, that might be a bad thing for Hayfield. Like, do you just kill helmets and then open the front and then walk back in?
Yeah, this is. Let's see. Good. Let's see if Obscure goes into Eastern. He needs to do. Oh, he is gonna go into Eastern. Okay, so he's gonna get go mode actually in about probably about a minute and a half.
Should be a lot quicker than that. Hookshot was the right side chest here.
Yeah. And there we go. Obscure is in go mode at almost about 1 hour and 12 minutes. Honestly, this is quite fast for Ambrosia. Like, if you get a 120-ish time on a seed like this, usually you're doing a really good job, or the seed is really nice, like in general.
Yeah, I think for the tournament, without looking up the actual number, it's been 135s, 140s for Ambrosia. Though there have been a lot of rough inverted seeds that have dragged that average down. What's good to know, Obscure is not the only one who has walked into a small key door without a key, because Hayfield just tried to open the back of Swamp without a key. And I think this seed goes to show that anything can happen in Rando. Because I would say, objectively, HayfieldBay was ahead for quite a bit of the seed. And it just kind of came down to the front of TR being having an item. I think if there was nothing in the front of TR, then HayfieldBay would still be ahead. Because they've really done a lot of the same things.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Hayfield was leading for a lot of it until he did the small play, pretty much. And then he did the Thief Stone play, which both of them ended up being nothing on the seed. But for a while, like, Obscure did not have the mirror, he didn't have the fire rod, he didn't have the bow, he didn't have any of that stuff to clear any of those dungeons specifically needing those items.
Yeah, they both definitely made good choices for what they had when they had it. So, it's how Rando is.
And there's the blue cane on Argus. Well, it looks like we're gonna probably get a game 3 at this point, I think. Because going back to TR, in order to do that, you have to still go all the way around. You have to, since we have the mitts, we can go from TR main, warp there, and then go all the way around. We have to go all the way around because there's no ether.
Yeah, I really think Hayfield kills Trinex, which is just more time. But game 3s are always hype, so you know, we want to see more rando action, especially these two runners.
Hot new mode? What do you mean by that, Tyler?
Well, apparently the Invrosia command there in chat says Invrosia is the hot new mode. Oh, there's ether.
Oh my god! Wow. Okay. Really, but I'm gonna like disagree with that. Like, Rosia's been around since like season 4 of Ladder. Like it's like season 18 now. Like, yeah, it's been around for a while now.
That was 7 crystals, and we are just a very short run up to Ganon's Tower, which is on top of Castle Tower for some reason. So we now get to find out where the big key for Ganon's Tower is. Do you have a favorite chest, Tutor? Where you like the big key to show up?
Yeah, I usually just pick whatever number I feel at the time. Probably let's go with like, let's see, this was somewhat of a good seed. Let's say like 7.
I always go for the top left chest of Stalfos' room, because that's where it usually ends up being when I play the game. Confirmation bias at its finest.
Alright, number 1 has a small key. Hayfield looks like he's gonna do the Ice Rod Cave check. Number 2, a small key. Number 3, a rupee. 4, 10 arrows. 5, a rupee. And on this seed, there's no troll big keys in here because we found all of them. So the first big key we find is going to be the GT big key. So 6 was a shield, 7 was a cart.
And no one's ever made that mistake, right? Right, Tutor? Never just mashed the mirror button when you see the big key and then forgot to wait for the text box to say whether it was this dungeon or not.
I mean, I don't know if I know, to be honest, I don't know if I've actually done that before on this mode. It is I have to say, it is though very easy to have that problem happen though, because you know, oh, here's a big key. It's the one that we need. Oh, wait a minute, it's a pendant big key. Great. Let's see, 7 was a rupee. One bottle, another bottle, 8 and 9, compass. I think that was. Wait, was that 11? Let's see, wait, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. Yeah, 11 so far. Like, yeah, so far 11. Number 12 is 50 rupees. Oh, it looks like Hayfield's going back up to the mountain. So that's good. Or...
Yeah, this is Interesting if you got either the density and the dungeons in the front. I'm not sure how many total items are left. If it's, well, it's at least 3.
13 is magic powder. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna do what you said he's gonna do. He's gonna kill Trinex and then do the front like after that. So he'll get his go mode pretty soon. $14 is 3 bombs, 15 is 20 rupees, 16 is the map, 17 is the key. Wow, okay. Are we going to get the legendary tile room today? Like, we're down to 5 chests.
If it's 22, then like half of chat is usually correct, because I think most chatters pick 22.
And we're down to 3 chests left. Oh, 4 chests left. 3 plus tile room. Alright, here we go. 19 is the bake. Oh, of course! Like, of course, Gabe. Vanilla. Like,
Yes. Our favorite flavor of Rando.
oh, where was the Misery Mire Big Key? It's coming up. It's in Turtle Rock Roller Room on the left side, along with the Force Sword, which is on the right side. Yeah, so the game wanted you to go into Hera to get the big key to desert, then leave the mountain, go to the right side of desert with the small key locked behind the big chest to get the cane, and then come back up the mountain after you've done all that to get the Mire big key.
Hayfield does fluff the extra chest there. I wasn't sure if they were going to. And does get gold sword.
And now Hayfield's in go mode, so he'll be able to go clear Mire right now, and then clear GT and Ganon. And Obscure's going through the gauntlet right now. Shouldn't be too much longer, probably about 5 more minutes. Probably even less than that. I'm probably overestimating that time.
Yeah, I think the upstairs takes like, what, a little under 4 minutes for NMG, and then we have silvers for Ganon, so.
Yeah, I'm probably the worst person to ask like about timings itself, because I actually have never done NMGs that much, at least. So I really don't know how much everything actually takes. I just kind of do stuff, and then here we go. Let's go.
Fair enough.
Alright, here we go for Moldorm number 2. Who's gonna die faster than even the first time around. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Sometimes I say that, and then like somebody gets booped, falls into the pit. Like, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, Moldorm 2 can be very aggressive sometimes. Along with these mini Helmas, bullying Obscure.
And there goes Biddy for Hayfield. Nicely done. And there we go. Aga 2 is down. Now all we need to do is kill Ganon. So unless, for some reason, Obscure, like, falls, like, I don't know, 50 times? Probably not that many. It's probably, like, 5 times. Unless something happens like that, then I think he's good to go.
Yeah, sometimes Ganon just needs a hug too, you know?
Yeah, yes, of course.
Obscure going with Cape Stress, gets the 1-1 into phase 3 already. Everyone's favorite sound in vanilla is the Ganon warp. Wah, wah, wah. Just calm down, Ganon. This might be a little high for triple. Oh, gets it.
Oh, nice. Okay, there. And there goes Ganon, and get your GGs in chat for ObscureLifeForm. Who's going to cross the bridge in a couple seconds from now.
Yeah, GG's to Obscure, finishing with a time of 1:27.17 in racetime.gg.
Nice, GG.
Very, very shortly after here, HayfieldBay hitting the forfeit button. So GG's to Hayfield as well. And we are joined by both of our runners. Obscure, HayfieldBay, GG's to you both.
GG's.
So pretty fast Inversia seed, huh?
Yeah, I'm used to Aga, often Aga seeds, but okay, here's the quick dark world access. That's a bit interesting. Here's the world for you.
Yeah, the game instantly annoyed me and put me on tilt straight away. Like I was farming for bombs and got killed. And by the way, those Dark World pigmen did actually have the bomb prize. I think I killed like 4 of them and got nothing. So I kind of went to, I got my glove in the village of Outcast, went up the mountain and everything, then found, I was fully expecting, like you said, the lamp to go to Egger, and then found the hammer and moonpow. I was like, that's so annoying. Like I could have been in Village of Outcast and gone straight into Light World, and I was like, nope. I was like, I've done all this terrible stuff, so I instantly like was put on tilt this seed.
Yeah, there's a definite timing difference there in the early game, and that was only kind of exacerbated by the fact that HayfieldBay went straight to South Shore in Light World, got an early bottle there, and that bottle was blocking how many things, like a chain of 3 or 4 major items that Obscure did not get for quite some time.
Yeah, like it's exactly as you said. Like the tilt, like I had the mountain. I found those Titans mitts. I was like, okay, there's a lot up the mountain. I've got a bottle up there. Of course, finding the boots in was it Kakariko after you've done all like the North like world checks, and I was kind of like, okay, you know, I can go get that bottle. We'll see what we find up the mountain. Blah blah blah. Then of course to find the mirror, I was like, great, isolate Turtle Rock. I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, we'll because I plan to go and actually do them. I was going to do Sick Kid, Bonk Rocks, and King's Tomb. I was like, okay, let's go do Smith Chain, I guess. And then I found the bow, and I was like, and then I don't know if anyone picked up on that, but I was kind of panicking. Like I was picking up the purple chest, I was mirroring, I was going back through the portal, I was mirroring, I forgot hammer pegs, and I went back and then found the fire rod, and my mind just exploded at that point. And I was like, what is going on here? I was like, and then I just felt like there's no way I'm winning this.
Yeah, I must say that I felt like good for a long time. It was somewhere in the mid game. I felt like I went to a chain of bad decisions. The first one started with Swamp without Hookshot, Thieves Town, and finally got Hookshot from East, and then continued to the boss. Ended up close to last locating that Meyer Big Key in Turtle Rock Front.
Yeah, because I done Thieves Town quite early. Like I done it after the mountain before I even got my mirror. And then when I saw, yeah, because then I went up the mountain, I got the flippers, and then I got that Meyer Big Key and done Meyer. And then I went into Pod and Eastern, and when I found that hook shot, I was like, yeah. I was like, there's no way, because you're gonna get this hook shot. Like the seed, it wasn't that bad really. It was just a little bit, like you said, locked behind that mirror. I was like, you're gonna see that hook shot, and you think, oh look, I've got a few checks here. You're gonna get the ice rod. You're gonna go do Trinex. You're gonna go finish off hook shot cave, and then get that Meyer Big Key. I was like, yeah, there's no way. There's no way I'm winning this one. I felt so far behind that whole seed. I'll have to watch it back because I just don't really know what happened.
Yeah, definitely want to check that back to see from the mid game there when everything went bad. It was a lot of decision making there. I couldn't really figure out the seed, so yeah.
I think the only thing that went well for me is once the late game, once I got that Meyer Big Key, I just focused on dungeons. I mean, my plan was to focus on dungeon anyway, so I got to skip things like Iroh Castle, and I don't even think I did mini Moldorms. Just never got around to it because I found the Meyer Big Key. I then went to Pod Eastern area, found the Pod Big Key and Hookshot over there, so just never looked back really. So I think that may be possibly the only reason why I managed to get back into this one.
Yeah, there were quite a number of kind of like minor differences. I think the biggest thing was Obscure. You were able to do all of Turtle Rock all in one go, where Hayfield did not have Samaria at that time, so it was very isolated to go back for those, 2 or 3 things that were left. And then you start getting items for other crystal dungeons, so of course you're going to go do those crystal dungeons first.
Yeah. Because even for me, like I wanted to go do like flipper checks and the rest of South Shore after Ice Palace, and I didn't have flippers. I was just like, it's just nothing just seemed to go my way that early mid game. I was like, I just couldn't put 2 checks together. I mean, thankfully I had that flute that I was able to get around, but I just couldn't link anything together, and it just felt I was skipping things all over the place. Not because I wanted to, but because I didn't have much choice.
I think actually, if I can I ask something?
Yeah.
I think Obscure, the thing that got you back in the game, to be honest, is the mitts. I think because the mitts allowed you to get that bottle off of Spec Cave, and it allowed you to get to CAC much faster, and so you were able to turn that in and catch up that way. I think, but I think for a lot of it, Hayfield was ahead for about maybe like 3 minutes worth of time. Because yeah, having that bottle there, like that was on Spec Cave, Spec Rock, like allows you to not have to go into like front of Hyrule and not have to go into Mini-Boulder Cave. So you were able to bypass some of the South Shore stuff and not really, and there was really nothing over there specifically to actually do. But I think the big turning point is when you found the Meyer Big Key, because I think you needed something to actually turn the tide, I think, for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping to find an ice rod before going up the mountain, like because at one point it was a choice between diving Maya without Big Key, diving Swamp without Hook Shot, or Pod Eastern without either of the Big Keys or Turtle Rock. And it just feels like in Inversia, Turtle Rock has at least one item quite often. And then I had the tutor's words of wisdom with Pod is always garbage. So I was
I mean, wasn't it on this seed, to be honest?
It was, yeah. We got the ice rod.
It was bad. I think the big key thing, though, something that I noticed that ether medallion, like when the ether medallion was there at the Turtle Rock main, that was kind of an interesting point. I was like, I wonder why the medallion is different, like than something that we don't even have. Whenever that happens, usually TR main is a little bit better of a choice to do than other choices. So, but after you guys finished Ice Palace and Desert and all that stuff, you did have a bunch of dungeons that were just not completable for some reason, and I think that's what made some decisions really difficult to make, like at that point. So I think that's where the time, I think, was the seed was decided at that point.
Yeah, like I said, like I just when it was going, I knew it was going really, really badly at the beginning. Like just panic kind of took over, and I wasn't really thinking thinking my route out too well. So yeah, I mean, I could have focused a bit more on Overworld before going back up the mountain, but I just felt like Turtle Rock was the play at that point. I mean, I was lucky to find the Maya Big Key, because I think I was really, really tempted to dive Maya or Swamp, and then it probably would have escalated once nothing was pulled out there.
Well, this does even up your match here, 1-1. I have to ask, do you guys have a game 3 on the books yet?
Not yet. We decided, okay, let's schedule this one. If it's a tie after 2 matches, we'll figure it out after the race now. Haven't really thought about when.
Yeah, chances are it'll probably be next weekend, but we'll talk about it.
All right, sounds good. I know we'll look forward to seeing that. That'll be a great tiebreak match. But I think that's probably gonna wrap it up for us. HayfieldBay, Obscure, GG's again. Any last words here before we sign off?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having us here. It's it's a bit awesome that we have a true final now with my teammate Obscure, so that will be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, just to echo what Hayfield just said, just thank you guys for jumping on comms and for tracking.
Absolutely our pleasure. Tutor, thanks for being here and commentating. Any you want to take us out?
Yeah, let's. Not sure actually how to do this. I think this is only my 3rd time doing this comp, but thanks for the restream, thanks for the tracking, the SG for the most part. Thanks Keeps for calming with me, and the runners, of course, for putting on this race. Let's see what's coming up later today. I think coming up after this race, in about maybe like 20 minutes from now, Hydropower and Magna Hands are gonna do their next race. This is gonna be their second game. Let's see what else. And we have Gentleman and 2C also like an hour from now. Someone 325 and Ascend on ALTTPR randomizer. And then later on tonight, we have Ralkin and Plasma Kappa on SG2, and Matt 7898 and Tyler Salt at 8:40 p.m. All Eastern time on SG. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, I think.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right, take care, everyone.